Now I'm going to be starting today's episode by admitting that I made a mistake. Hello everyone, I'm the Mighty Blues, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Last time, we explored Hyrule itself. We left the Great Plateau, we activated a tower, and we did a couple shrines. And in this episode, I need to go over some things. Now, up until now, I have shown the Zelda Notes map as completely blank. I am here to tell you that is a mistake on my part. I had completely forgotten that you have to manually set up the map yourself. Upon upon entering the map on your app, it shows up as it has shown on screen, and everything that I've shown up to this point, it shows up as blank. However, I could be wrong on this. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, this is proper. Once you leave the Great Plateau, the map fully opens up for you. How you do this is that by pulling up the Zelda Notes map, if you go into the settings, display location names and terrain. This opens up the map for you. This allows you to look at the entirety of Hyrule. Additionally, going to the categories, this allows you to pull up whatever collectibles you want to be actively looking for on your adventure. As you can see, up until now, we've only done about 1% of the entire game. For the sake of this Let's Play, I am going to be activating everything. This includes things that we have not seen yet, and these are things that we're going to be going into in the future. Now, moving forward, the only thing that we are not able to activate as of now, because we have not made enough progress in the story, are the captured memories. Those are going to remain hidden. Everything else, though, we can engage in. Now, as you can see, there is a lot of stuff on the map that is completely blank. For the sake of completion, and for the sake of not completely, overwhelming us and causing too much of an issue, we're going to be starting back at the Shrine of Resurrection and making our way over to the tower. Everything that we have passed by at this point, we're going to be taking care of, and doing so. I lost my train of thought. Now, admittedly, I also need to preface this. So this is actually a second attempt at recording this. I attempted to record a couple episodes yesterday, and this is where I learned about the mistake that I made with the Zelda Notes. In the process, one of the collectibles that I had gotten a hold of, it's actually one of the only collectibles that does not reset upon reloading your save. And that is the voice memories. The voice memories will still register that you've collected them even after you reload a save. So I'm going to try my best to retrace my steps and reactivate those whenever we run into them. But if I can't, I apologize. But heading on to the Shrine of Resurrection, this is where we're going to be beginning. We have the first of many of the Koroks.
Yeah, you found me! Huh? You're not Hestu, but you can see me? I didn't know your kind could see the children of the forest. Well, if you run into Hestu, please return this to him.
A Korok seed. This is a small seed that was given to you by our Korok. It has a distinct smell. If you gather a bunch of them, you never know what may happen.
Oh, and my friends are hiding lots of different places too. Don't be shy about poking your nose into suspicious places.
So yeah, immediately upon collecting our first Korok, all of those question marks will be turned into Korok seeds on our map. Now, one thing that I also want to show off, and this is something that I'm going to be utilizing pretty much until, the end of our Let's Play. In the top left corner, you can hit Hide Discoverable Destinations. I am going to be turning that off for just this episode because, again, I need to be able to... I don't remember that being blue. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna be turning that off just because I need to be able to see where the voice memories are. Because, yeah, like I said, this is a second attempt at recording these episodes. I had some audio issues, and so I'm having to record all of this. But during that last recording session, I learned about my mistake with the Zelda Notes, so I'm correcting my mistake now. Now, over here, I actually don't know how to activate it if I've already collected this. Oh, I can just hit view voice memory. Huh.
Many ancient relics of the Sheikah were considered dangerous and were therefore entombed in darkness by the King of Hyrule long ago. In particular, the Shrine of Resurrection was considered especially dangerous as it controls people's fates. It was kept under close watch by the royal family. Now that recent investigations into the divine beasts have revealed that this shrine was built in preparation against the calamity, however, we should move forward with its study.
Interesting. So this does go into something else that I want to show pertaining to the Zelda Notes. Now that we're actually going for collectibles, this is something that I can go over. You can actually select collectibles and activate voice guidance.
Guidance activating.
Now how this works is that
Proceed southeast.
what I'm assuming is an AI voice, will actually give you directions on how to get this collectible. I won't be utilizing this a whole lot because, well, I'm pretty sure my, exploration skills are going to be good enough that I won't need it, but if the time ever comes, I will be showing that off. Now, continuing on our adventure, there is another Korok seed over here that I intentionally avoided up until now because, again, wanted to be able to actively show off the map while I collect things. Something that I've done in previous Let's Plays. God, we're gonna have so many of these by the end. And yeah, for those of you who are wondering, yeah, this entire episode is going to be exploring the Great Plateau, grabbing what we can, and then heading off to truly explore Hyrule. Now, one thing that I want to do is, now that we got our bombs, there's this spot over here that we can blow up. Oh wow, I actually did that. Hell yeah. What are you and you? I don't remember. Even though I technically collected you yesterday during a different recording session, I forgot you were a noble. Now, at I almost said Spirit Temple. At the Temple of Time, there was another Korok that I skipped over. It's directly above where we talked to the king. I can't remember his name. Bosphoromus? I keep wanting to say Rohan, and I'm like, that's a JoJo character. It's Bosphoromus. Now, if we climb up there, there should be a Korok. It's a good thing I got an extra stamina wheel, because my patience is being tested right now. There you are. Okay, now the real question is, can I actually get up here without, falling to my untimely demise by running out of stamina? Come on, Link. There we go. You know what? I'm just gonna head straight off in this direction. That makes the most sense. Because there's 2 more Koroks off in this direction. Oh shit, I forgot you activate. Okay, now is not the time to be fighting. Okay, now is not the time to be fighting you, for one. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. I can't take that. Okay, you... Yeah, now's not the time to be fighting. Ah! Actually, you know what? I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I gotta try to parry. I gotta try it. Ah! Oh, it doesn't work. You know what? I got one more shield. Let's try one more time. Come on, come on, come on, come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. I'm ripped. Ah! Ah! That didn't work. Okay, you know what? One more time. One more time. I can do it. 3rd time's the charm. Come on, parry it. Yeah, buddy! I knew I could do it. I knew 3rd time would be the charm. Yeah, if you're successful at parrying the Guardian's laser, you will kill them. So, if you want to get some good rewards, get in the habit of parrying. Problem is, their lasers are incredibly powerful, so more than likely your shield is about to break. Now over here, if we remove this door, there should be a Korok. Yeah, one of my favorite things that I like to do is whenever I get a Korok that is underneath a rock, I like to just drop the rock back on top of them. Now over here, this is technically not on the Great Plateau, but it's close enough, I'll count it. There's another Korok. Same exact way. Now heading off from the Awad Dame Shrine, I want to head on over to the old man's cabin, as there's a Korok directly above his cabin. And here. Heading back to the Shrine of Resurrection, I completely forgot that there is a voice memory that I completely skipped over on my way to the Spirit or the Temple of Time. And while I'm heading on over there, I gotta complain about this. So thankfully, your overall notes are tied to your save data. Meaning that if you're someone like me and you reload a previous save, then all of your collectibles are then reloaded. But not all of them. I mentioned earlier in this episode that unfortunately the voice memories from Zelda are not reset. They show as collected even though I reset my save data on this account. And as far as I know, there is no way to actually reset that. Thankfully, I did not make enough progress in my failed recording session that, like, I can't remember which voice memories I didn't get. But it does suck because I really like getting that little jingle that says you've made it to an area that has voice memories. And not being able to have that kind of sucks. But, you know, it's not the end of the world. It is unfortunate, though. But, speaking of, if you head on over to this area, there is another voice memory.
Past this gate is a snowy landscape, cold enough for one to freeze there. The area is a place where heroes can test their skills, but the landscape is clearly not a natural phenomenon. Perhaps some ancient technology we have yet to learn about is being used here.
Yeah, it does suck not having the little jingle, but, you know, at least the fact that I can re-listen to them from the area that I visited is nice. I do like having that option. Now, from the Ken Amut Shrine, just to make it easy, I decided to fast travel over here because if we head on down in this direction, there are a number of Koroks as well as a voice memory. Now, I believe it is directly over here. I'm probably going to have to drop down, aren't I? Oh, I really don't want to have to do that. Oh, okay, that's not too far of a drop. Oh, this is one of my favorite Koroks. Okay, so these ones are super fun. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to grab this metal block, and near it, there should be these structures. You're supposed to match the design of one structure with the other using this metal block. And upon completing it, you get a Korok. Believe me, they're not going to be as simple as this one. This one's simple because we're essentially at the tutorial area. They get much more difficult. Oh, this is, oh no. I don't think I have enough stamina to climb up this. I'm going to need to actually use some of my stamina items. I genuinely hope not. Okay, come on. Link. Oh, thank the Lord. There we go. It is a little weird being able to just sit on the cliffside and wait for your stamina to recover. I'm sure that's a real thing that mountain climbers do. Surprisingly, hiking is a very big part of, or not, mountain climbing. Mountain climbing is a really big part of the area where I live because, well, we're literally sandwiched between the Rocky Mountains. But I've never done mountain climbing. Mostly because I am a, I am a shy nerd who never had outdoorsy friends, and also I was too scared to do things alone, and also I have a very, very irrational fear of heights. So, mountain climbing was never my thing. Okay, so now from there, if we just go directly across, should be, yes, a new Korok. Now these ones, the Koroks are going to create these patterns out of rocks. What we're supposed to do is usually where there is a blank space, if you go away from that space, there should be another rock that if you grab it, you can fill it in to create the shape. And then if we go directly up the mountain, there should be a voice memory for us. One little indicator that I really like about this game is that Link will give you audio cues to determine when a cliffside is too steep for him to walk up. If you hear him struggling, like struggling to breathe and all that stuff, that's actually your indicator that'll tell you he's gonna start climbing. Because where he is too steep to walk. But up here, there is another voice memory. Let's listen to it.
From here, you can see the Great Plateau, or rather, Hyrule itself. At the castle, we are king and princess, but while here, we were father and daughter. It was in this place that I learned about everything from paragliders to cooking. I still remember the feeling of the warm doublet father wrapped around my shoulders.
This is one of my favorites because it just shows a little glimpse into Zelda and her family, I'm sure being royalty is very difficult, so it's nice to hear that she actually did have some moments where she just got to be father and daughter with the king. Now, directly down here, there should be 2 Koroks. Are they down here? Oh, yes! So okay, so I gotta talk about this. So this Korok in particular, for those of you who have watched the previous episode, I have actually shared this one. This is the Korok where, that I collected with my boyfriend and, accidentally died. If you were wondering which one it was this one. And you can have your rock back. And you can get crushed by that rock when it comes down. I think directly up here there's another Korok. Yep, right here. Can you see why there's 900 of these things? We've only got 990 left to go. And moving on to the Omen Owl Shrine, we're actually fairly close to being done with collecting everything here in the Great Plateau. There's actually not a whole lot for us to do besides Koroks and voice memories. And speaking of Koroks, there are 2 more that I want to collect over here in an area that we never really explored a whole lot of. There's the spot over here that has like this mud quicksand thing. If you stand in it too long, you'll drown and die. But there should be 2 Koroks over here. Specifically, one over here that we need magnesis for. In the mud, there's this metal boulder that, if we put it in this hole...
Korok!
Now, one thing I also want to show off that we haven't been able to do, the Cryonis works on more than just water. It's just liquids in general. So, all of this mud, quicksand, whatever, we can actually use Cryonis on it. And we can use it to drown and die! I didn't mean to do that. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go around this way. So, one of the ways that you can actually grab these 2 chests is there should be a piece of metal around here that you can carry over to create a bridge. But you can also just use Cryonis. And for this, we get a fire arrow, but also over here, we get ice arrows. And then directly over here, underneath this rock, there should be a Korok. Yeah, get used to me saying that. We got 900 of these bastards to collect. One of these days we'll learn what the Koroks seeds do, but not today. Now heading on to the Forest of Spirits. I mentioned before that if you're looking for some raw meat, you can hunt boars here. We're not going to be doing that, but just know, if you were wondering, this is the area. And there's actually a couple, not a couple, there's one new thing here that we haven't interacted with yet. We'll get to that in a second. But speaking of new things, a new Korok for us to collect. There's going to be these bundles of leaves that if we catch it on fire, I did not expect to see that lizard. There's a rock underneath. It is a little lame that you have to burn the leaves in order just to get a rock, when it's like there's so many Koroks that are just under random rocks flying around. I feel like it would have been so much cooler if the Korok would, like, you set the... you just set the leaves ablaze and then the Korok spawns in the fire being like, yes! Burn the forest down! It's like an evil Korok. Oh, nice. You know, that's the boar that you can kill in order to get some raw meat. If you're so inclined. But that's not what I'm going to do. Instead, what I want to do is I want to go up here as rock with a Korok. Maybe it's because I've been reading the Dragon Ball manga in my spare time, but I don't know why. Just saying rock and Korok. I'm now thinking of a remix of Rock the Dragon, but it's Rock the Korok. I hate that I actually came up with that pun, considering that I'm really not a fan of the English dub music. I mean, Bruce Faulconer can make some good stuff, but the Japanese OST is better. But we have a new Korok. If you see these flowers, if you run into it, it'll disappear. But it'll reappear in a different area. If you go near it, it'll disappear. But it'll reappear in a different area. Disappear, reappear. Disappear, reappear. If it's white, that means you've completed the puzzle. And if we go off in this direction, there is a voice memory.
Here on the plateau, the Forest of Spirits is the only area dense enough to be called a forest. Back before the founding of Hyrule, however, the entire plateau was apparently covered with trees. Where the spirits plant roots, trees flourish, and forests are formed.
Oh my
In ancient
god!
times, this may have been a village of spirits.
I heard that Bokoblin's head just crack upon just getting bashed against that wall. Ooh, that sounded painful! He got yeeted to me! I have never seen that happen before. That was hilarious. Oh, you're gonna shoot. Yep, you were gonna shoot. I can hear it. Grab that. Grab that. Thank you. Okay, I'm just gonna keep using your weapons that I'm stealing from you. Boop. Eventually I'm gonna steal those arrows. Because I could use them. Arrow? Arrow? Please? Arrow? Where are these? Alright, whatever. Who cares? I got 90 arrows. We're fine. This boar is still running around! My dude, get out of here! We're not doing the best in terms of weapons, but these sledgehammers might prove useful for what we're about to do next. So, admittedly, I'm actually kind of glad I'm re-recording this because when I did this originally in my first recording session, I just completely obliterated this. Now, what we are about to do is we are about to tackle one of our first mini-bosses. Stranded throughout Hyrule, there are some different creatures that are stronger than the normal moblins, bokoblins, and so forth. These are I like to call mini-bosses, and this is the first of many of them. This is the stone Talus, and it just killed me in one hit! Okay, attempt number 2. Probably should, do I have something to boost my defense? I do. Alright, let's do that. Defense up for a minute. I was about to quote Dragon Ball, say I only need 1 minute to kill you, but, Hopefully I actually can kill you in 1 minute. Now, what I recommend doing with the stone taluses in particular is try to get on top of them as quickly as you can because, well, their weak spot are these ore deposits. They are scattered on different spots depending on the stone talus you're fighting in particular. For this one, it's super easy. It's just on top of its head. Iron sledgehammers are very helpful because, well, they're good for breaking ore deposits. But the stronger the weapon, the better. Now for that, we get a bunch of stuff. We get some ambers, we got a ruby, and we also got a new item, flint. If you whack it next to some wood, it will catch fire, allowing you to create a campfire. Now, looking at my notes, the last thing there is to do is there's one more voice memory here on the Great Plateau, as well as actually only 4 Koroks. Yeah, we're going to be tackling the entirety of the Great Plateau in one episode. I believe the voice memory is here. Oh,
When I
shit.
first saw a hot-footed frog at Hopper Pond, I couldn't take my eyes off of it. I came here every day to observe it. Mother's face grew stiff when I showed her the frog, though she never expressed outward disdain for them. She probably didn't want to speak poorly of something I liked.
Okay, can you guys stop? Okay, this is not going well. Yeah, Zelda, nice. We love it. We love a girl that likes her frogs. But I am getting my ass blasted right now. I gotta pick a fight and just go for it. Gotta pick one of you to kill. Okay, spin the win, spin the win, spin the win. Kill you. I really don't like that broke. Okay, I really don't like that my stamina's low. I really don't like that you're wheeling on me. Give me that. Can we stop with this? I mean, thankfully the blue goblins are actually becoming manageable. Like, we're actually surviving attacks from them. I like that. I like that we're surviving. Okay, what are you doing? Get out of here. Get out of here. Give me that. Yeah, that's right. I stole your weapon. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing! I don't know how I survived that. Okay. Who's next? Who's left? You? This'll be easy. This'll be easy. This'll be easy. There we go. Alright. This'll be easy. Okay. This'll be easy. There we go. I'll take it. Back at the Kendamoot Shrine, there's 3 Koroks over here that we glanced, or that we completely skimmed over. And the first one is over here on this ice block. If we use some sort of fire on it, it will begin to melt. I recommend using fire arrows as they're the simplest way to take care of this. I believe 3 fire arrows in particular will break it. No? Okay, 4. I know you can do it with 3 if you time it right, but if not, 4 will do the trick. The next Korok is over here. Did I accidentally break my bow? I did. And let's equip you. Because I want this treasure chest! Excuse me, sir! I want that chest, please. I didn't mean to do that. But I did mean to do that. Yeah, fun fact, you can actually break wooden chests. Also, I don't recommend going in that water. It's frozen and you will die. Now in order to get the Korok, there's one underneath the bridge. Using magnesis. We can create like a pseudo bridge type thing. Unfortunately, I gotta climb up that little indent on the bridge. If you place it properly, you can like put the, no, not like that. I think if you do it like that, yeah, that'll work. I said that'll work. Okay, now I actually want to grab you because I need you. I need to recreate my bridge. Okay, I need to recreate my bridge. There we go. Okay, you... I can make the jump. Now over here is where that Korok I wasn't able to get was at. You know what? I don't want to deal with that enemy camp. I'm good. Wait, there's another enemy camp over there and you have a treasure chest? I didn't even know there was a camp right there. Huh. Okay, well, if we go over here, I believe it is... Yes! Directly down here, there is another puzzle. Oh! I forgot about you. Yeah, there's a treasure chest over here. Let's grab you real quick. And I gotta share a story about this chest. So, during my first playthrough of Breath of the Wild, like the first time I ever played this game, I struggled heavily to get that to get that chest. I can't tell you how many times I died trying to get it. It was horrendous. Now, the last Korok that we're going to be getting for today is down here. What I would like to do is I would like to come down nice and slowly so I can get these treasure chests. I don't have a weapon. So I can get these treasure chests from these platforms. So it's suspended in midair. He's still falling to his death. That was hilarious. Should be another one here. Yes. Hello, sir. Would you like to die? Thank you. I love that they're still falling. Holy shit, the Golden Claymore. Only the most talented Gerudo sword fighters carry this two-handed sword. It's actually much lighter than it appears and is surprisingly easy to wield. That is an attack power of 40. Oh, these bokoblins won't know what hit them. Oh, I didn't mean to kill all of those. Okay, well that works. Now over here, we have a new type of Korok. We got a bunch of rocks over here, and in order to activate the Korok, we need to get one of these rocks into that rock formation that has a little circle. Now, what I recommend doing is using Cryonis to create a pillar right in front of it, and then you want to throw the rock on top of the Cryonis, as it should slide into the hole. And with that, we have already collected 19 out of 900 Koroks. We are nowhere near done with our adventure. But, if we take a look at our map, everything is, well, faded, which means that we have taken care of everything here on the Great Plateau. If we were to hit hide discovered destinations, no, I did not mean to do that. Hide, there we go. That means we have completed everything here in the Great Plateau. But if you look out, yeah, at some point, this map is going to be empty. And it's going to feel so good. But with that said, that is going to be it for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and next time on The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, we leave the Great Plateau for good this time, as there's nothing else for us to do over here, as we make our way back over to where we left Epona, collecting things that we missed throughout our journey up to that point. And until then, I will see you all later. Goodbye!